Good morning everybody. Thanks for joining me and I hope you're well today. In this little video I'd like to make a little comments about some foods to avoid or reduce on the spiritual journey of growth, expansion, healing and high vibrations. So there's a beautiful mountain. So the first one that I'd suggest to avoid or reduce is definitely conventional dairy is the first one probably, because dairy is very acidifying, especially when it's factory farmed. It's acidifying and clogging to our lymphatic system and mucus forming, and it's also very bad for allergies with people. So dairy definitely. I gave up dairy for 99.999% or more. I gave up dairy like 7 years ago and my life changed. And your life will change too totally if you give up dairy. Now, countless stories, because there's lactose and there's casein in dairy and it doesn't suit the human body well, especially if it's factory farmed, because then it has hormones, growth hormone, drugs, antibiotics, pesticide chemicals and lots of other stuff. Morning. Okay, so apart from dairy, the second one I'd recommend reducing is definitely wheat and gluten products, especially wheat. Wheat is just very manufactured by humans basically. It's really altered these days and it's irritable with its very high gluten content and it's often genetically modified. So wheat is not a good thing to be having if you're on a spiritual journey, especially on a regular basis, or at least in high quantities either. Definitely not. So I have to show you this view first. Absolutely gorgeous, guys, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. Pretty. I love it so much. We're so blessed, everybody. Blessed. Blessed to be alive. So I'm going to go down here and meet my friend and I'm going to have a little adventure. So wheat, in the long term, wheat causes a lot of like gastrointestinal disturbances, especially intestinal disturbances, small intestine, large intestine. It's gluey, that's what gluten is. Gluten is gluey and it's irritable and just not nice for our bodies basically. Grains are often for like birds and stuff, but maybe humans can get away with eating some grains for definite, especially if it's not gluten or not very commercially mass produced and altered, etc., tampered with. A lot of people get Crohn's disease or even like irritable bowel syndrome, and that goes away when they stop having wheat and gluten products, along with changing their diet to help them to heal and to redo the damage or the irritability that's been done. Birds. So let's say a third one, conventional meat and meat products, as in factory farmed ones. If you're going to eat meat or you're going to eat dairy and you really want to, and I don't really suggest you do really, like I personally have been vegetarian, vegan for many years and my whole life just changed. Like I became vegetarian, vegan and a lot of raw food just around 7 years ago. My whole life just totally changed. I was like a different person. It also coincided with a bit of a spiritual sort of change or awakening, and some spiritual book that triggered that too. But the diet is totally integrated with the spiritual experience. So conventional factory farmed meat is like just diabolical. It's like full of like all sorts of, like what I was saying earlier, like growth hormone, like pesticides, chemical acids. All sorts of like nasty things, chemicals, growth hormones, antibiotics, and just like stress, and not good. Like a factory farm is it's not a good place to be, you know. It's not a good place to try to get your food from either. And for the sake of compassion on the animals, like I saw a poster lately saying animals are people. Like, and I actually kind of like basically more or less agree with this to an extent. They're so like people. They ain't like plants. And from the ethical or moral, just from the love and care and heart perspective, we might want to consider at least switching to organic stuff where the animals aren't tortured. And that's no judgment from me, but even just for your own physical health and for the sake of the planet. Because factory farms basically like, they kind of like hurt the planet a lot the way they're used. It's a lot of exploitation and just pollution. So moving on to another one, okay? What else can I say? Another one. Just all like general like processed foods like white sugar, white table salt. Hello little pretty dog. There's a lovely mountain over there. So all the processed stuff like that interferes with our aura, our energy, our cells. So you don't like. You want to try and reduce these things that irritate your body. So anything like sweets, like cakes, white flour, white wheat flour, etc., scones, donuts, biscuits. Generally, a lot of the things you get in the supermarkets, conventional shops. You want to consider minimizing or reducing them, or cutting them out, or else switching to more gluten-free and more dairy, like vegan-friendly products that are much easier to digest, much easier to pass through your system, quicker eliminated, less irritable, more nutritious, healthier and happier for us and ourselves. So it's a win-win situation for everyone, us, the planet and the animals, and totally a win-win situation. This is gorgeous. Look at those beautiful flowers. Beautiful. So blessed, everybody. Very, very blessed. Fresh air, legs, everything. Gorgeous. So I hope you're well today. Bye. So, processed meat, like meat which has like preservatives in packets, that's usually preserved with a chemical that's not good for us at all, and it's kind of like slowly damages and almost like destroys proper functioning of our pancreas, and is totally associated with diabetes. So all of these things, like guys, that we're used to in the mainstream can be reversed pretty easily, almost simply with a bit of effort, by radically changing our diet and taking healthy things. Oh, here's my friend. So I'll catch you again, okay? And it'll be lovely talking to you. Thanks very much. I'm more or less covered the things. So you go and enjoy yourself and have a nice day, and thanks for everything. Lots of love. Bye. See ya. So I just wanted to say finally, the last thing, the fifth thing, which isn't good for us really, are cooked oils such as fried foods, deep fried foods, just generally things like fried in oil, cooked in a lot of oil or high temperature oil. That's sort of like clogging and just hard on our body. So have it in moderation if you're going to have it, and you can cope with that. See ya.